you so much for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you're joining me from. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Accept my greeting according to your time zone. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload a video. You can be among the first to receive it. Then go to the comment section at all time. Leave your comment, drop your contribution. If you have suggestions, make it out there. If you have any criticism, put it down on the comment section. It will make us to get better, presenting you a better program.
So our people are forced to buy, excuse me, sorry. Yesterday I told you I had cold, so I had sore throat. That's why I couldn't appear yesterday.
Oh, sorry. So sorry.
Our people are compelled.
Do you feel better now? You want to have some water?
The petroleum, I think I'm getting better.
Okay.
I can go ahead.
Okay, because we could take some time for you to get better. Yeah. Because we could actually give you some time.
Better, I think, by the Supreme Court of God. Yes. Yeah. Let me finish my point.
Yeah.
I said our people are agrarian. They are engaged in cultivating garlic and onion and other perishable items. As such, they use local wells and local boreholes, which they use generator set to power, to irrigate their farms. At this very particular moment, most of them are available at very exorbitant price. They cannot even get it. They have to travel many kilometers, 30, 40 kilometers to go and buy a liter or two to come back to their farms because there's no availability of fuel within the area. So in this circumstance, you can't imagine whatever price somebody is asked to, because somebody has invested all he had, his energy and his means in the farm, and it is about to harvest, and he has to continue to power it for the next 2-3 weeks. No matter the cost, he has to buy. Equally, the same thing happens to the motorists, both the commuters and the transport owners.
Okay.
And even the elites like you and I.
Okay.
Let me finish, sir. So in this circumstance, here we have a situation which has become an incurable problem over the period of time for about 4 decades. So if the solution is only to remove the subsidy, this subsidy, the issue has been said, many people have said, many inquiries committees have been set up by the National Assembly and the executive as well, that some people are feeding fat on it.
Okay.
I would love to see when those people that have fed part on it are brought to book, investigated properly, prosecuted, and jailed if possible.
Okay.
So if
Honorable Saki,
the new incoming government comes,
Honorable Saki, I have to come
the issue before the National Assembly and before the public.
Okay, Honorable
Saki.
Saki.
That you just make a pronouncement. Make a pronouncement will not solve the situation. Will not solve the problem. What we are looking at, what will solve the problem permanently at ease for the citizen of this country.
Okay, Honorable Saki Hadi, I have to come in here. So you made a couple of mistakes, and let's set the record straight. Obi Ezekwesili did not participate. In fact, you owe her an apology in that subsidy protest because she was VP at World Bank then, and her face was not seen in that protest. That I remember that protest very well. So you owe her an apology for mentioning her name. Most of the people that subsidized that kicked against the subsidy removal there were people in your party. Largely people as pushed by what was APC, the likes of Save Nigeria Group, Pastor Tunde Bakare, and a couple of other people. So it was largely supported by people in the APC then. In fact, that was the first assault against President Goodluck Jonathan's government then. So, but you owe Madam Obi Ezekwesili an apology because she was not around in the country then. That's number one. Number two, I'd like to ask you, yes, you deal in upstream and all of that. You've talked...
I withdrew that statement.
Okay, good. Thank you so much, and thank you so much for withdrawing the statement. So you did in upstream and all of this, but I would like to ask you further, because now we are hearing contending voices. A couple of months ago, the NNPC said, if we remove subsidy, it will be at a certain amount, less than 500 naira, that the true amount will be. Now a coalition of stakeholders in the private sector are talking about 750. The question will be, how can we meet each other halfway in such a way that we can start to think of the palliatives and remove subsidy rather than kicking it down the road? I would like to refresh your memory. We've had the problem of subsidy since 1973 when we had the Yom Kippur War. As at 85, 86, 87, 88, there was a recurring talk about subsidy removal. So it's not a problem that is on ground now. But we keep kicking it down the road. And that's why a lot of people say, what changed in your arguments with the APC in 2012? Because a lot of economic watchers argue that 2012 will have been the best time as regards empirical economic conditions to be able to pull out the subsidy then. Because the price increase we're running away from then, we still finally faced it in terms of increase. So what would be the way forward on this so that we don't kick the can down the road again? Because everybody is kicking already. The labor unions are saying if they pull it out without fixing refinery, we will fight. What is the way forward?
Okay, let me answer you this way. When I was trying to buttress my points, you cut me short. Now I have an opportunity to complete what I started saying. You wouldn't have even asked this question. And when you interjected me and corrected me that because Lizzie was then not in Nigeria, she was on the World Bank, I withdraw that statement. It was a crowd. So when I saw somebody appeared like her, I thought she was the one. In any case, I withdrawn it. Whatever it is, it was combination of concerned Nigerians and high-profile people. You mentioned one, Tunde Bakari, who was one time a presidential, vice presidential candidate and a very respected pastor in the church. So if people like him could be in that protest, I believe it must be genuine, sincere, and should be applauded, and it must be respected. He is in the same category of people that are respected, together with Ekwes and many others, including your humble self. The issue of subsidy is not something that you will just walk off one day. We are not in a military era, we are in a democratic system and a democratic regime, whereby everything would be processed within the rules and within the extant laws. I even expected the current government of President Muhammadu Buhari to be patriotic enough to remove the oil subsidy before it finishes its next 61 days. That will help greatly. Whoever is trying to politicize the issue for oil subsidy or waiting to ambush President-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu when he comes, he is just wasting his time. Don't waste your time, please. Let's talk of things that will unite this country. Let's talk on issues that will move this country fast. This man came with a vision. He came with consolidated plans that will develop this country, not issues that will divide us. Food subsidy is one over many problems that we are having, and he's going to inherit. I have very good confidence in him and people around him. That thing will be solved in a manner that is desired, and the desired result will be achieved. On the issue of parity of prices, these are opinions given by the operators, the NNPC, who bought in oil or fuel and sells to the marketers. And the marketers and other stakeholders are saying the price should be higher than what the NNPC is proposing. NNPC might be proposing this based on they know how much they bought it from there and how it arrives here. Then they are thinking when they give it out to them, plus minus, they again profit margin, it should not be more than 500 naira. So if those people say no, it has to be about 700 naira, then we have to look at it critically. Are they trying to profit racketeering even before it arrives? The answer should be no. Everybody should be patriotic, and everybody should be honest and sympathize with Nigerians. And the whole issue is not matter of 700 naira. It's the devaluation of naira that we're having. I was in Morocco a couple of weeks ago. They are selling fuel for about $1.50. $1.50 at equivalent rate of Nigerian naira, that is about 1,000 plus. Because at 740 naira per dollar in the black market, which we buy, and another 360 naira is about 1,111 naira.
Honorable
so
Sakinada.
At 500 naira, I think, well, let me finish, please.
We're trying to manage time. If you could just summarize.
I will feel, whatever we're trying to manage, let me clarify. We're trying to educate Nigerians to understand what is coming for them. We are part of them. I feel bad. The people in my locality are buying fuel at 500 or above naira, because when they come to sell their onion to you, if they say a measure of onion, which is now selling for about 500 naira, if they say they'll sell it 1,000 naira, you will protest. And if you don't buy it, it's something perishable. Within 3 days, they get lost. It gets lost, and they are in the loss, and they'll be out of business. Then, God forbid, most of the youth will migrate to the cities doing perennial jobs and menial businesses, which I don't want to happen. So, by the time the new government come in, like I've said, I wish the sitting government will remove the old system before it goes. That will be the parting gift it could do to Nigerians and to the incoming government. Okay. And as I said, when they come, it's a tripartite issue. The government will sit down, I believe, with Nigerian stakeholders in the market, the NNPC, everybody, and say, what is the way forward? What is the solution? They will bring recommendations. All these recommendations that are being proposed now will be tabled to them, and they'll look at it critically. They are people of integrity, and they are people who have the concern of the masses at their heart. And I'm sure they have also experts within their fold.
Honorable Sakinada,
and advise in the right direction,
Honorable
and do
Sakinada,
it the right way.
We have a responsibility to structure conversations on this program. So when we tell you, please wrap up, you should do so. Please, it's very important. That's the code.
Ayopayo was here. I saw how he did.
Yes.
You didn't stop him.
Okay, just wait.
Is it because I am Musa?
No.
Ayopayo was here. I saw
No, please.
Go ahead.
Once you are in the public space,
you have the garbage.
Just follow the rules. I was going to ask you. One, it's no longer.
I am a lawmaker. I follow the rules.
It's no longer fashionable to blame previous governments. Nigerians elect new governments so that they can solve problems. And I hope when the Tinubu administration takes over, that rhetoric coming from your party will not continue, because it will be interesting to see you say, oh, previous governments did not do it. Would that include the APC government? That's one. Two, I assure you it will not happen. Please hold on. It will not. For Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, removal of subsidy is even a campaign promise. He said, fuel subsidy is pro-poor. And that is one of the things he will do. He will remove fuel subsidy, and he will also check estimated billing of electricity consumption. But let's go back to your constituency, Goron Yogada federal constituency. I have not followed the politics there very closely. But our market, are you going back to the House of Reps, or there are uncertainties about your own plan to return to the House of Reps? Briefly, so that we can go.
Before I came in here, one of their producers asked me to come and discuss the issue of the forthcoming run election. I told him I'm a party to it. I don't want to preempt the process, so I am not eligible to discuss it. If I do that, I think it's not fair. Please, kindly allow me not to talk on that issue.
But what's the state of play? What's the state of play
for the whole National Assembly?
What's the state of play at the moment?
What is what?
What is the situation now with the election?
All National Assembly elections, all National Assembly elections in Sokoto State have been put on hold. It's inconclusive. I am not ready to discuss it here until after the outcome. Whatever way it goes, you can invite me, please.
Okay, thank you very much.
Because they say that there is a certain ruling which says the FCT is a state. Good. FCT is a state. Where is the each of 25% for FCT? It is not there. That constitutional requirement has not been met. That certificate of return is null and void and cannot be sworn in as president. And let me tell you, the way they are going, this